What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up and break down some of this WNBA action, man. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. Of course, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Just me today. Ruffolo will be back with me here on the show on Tuesday. There's no WNBA games tomorrow. But today, man, we got 4 games on the card. I'm finna let you, ladies and gentlemen, know my thoughts, my opinions, and get you guys the information you need to know. Get y'all in and out of here, man. Money making Sunday. I'm 5-2 on my top play in the WNBA. I got one for y'all tonight. You can scoop that play up for over for $19 at Pickdawgz Premium. But without further ado, let's talk about tonight's action, man. Let's talk about today. First game on the board, we got the Connecticut Sun out on the road facing the Atlanta Dream. The Dream are 9.5-point home favorites in this one. The Dream are on the second leg of a back-to-back. No travel. They played at home yesterday. They dominated the Wings, won and covered in that basketball game. Now they're sizable favorites the next day here against the Sun. I'm going to lean towards the Dream laying the points in this one. I've told you guys here on this show early this season, I think the Sun are going to be, if not the worst team, definitely one of the worst teams in this league this season. I'm not totally enthused with laying this many points with Atlanta on a second leg of a back-to-back, but in that same breath, I believe the line is where it's at for good reason. Like, I believe the Dream are 9.5-point favorites in this game for a reason. If the Dream come out and hit their outside shots, they're going to dominate and blow out the Sun. That's how I see it. I'm a little nervous about the back-to-back. I'm a little nervous about that. I'm going to be completely honest, but I still believe the Dream are the play. The Sun are one of the worst teams in this league, and the Dream are not a great team, but still a good team. And I think they do enough to cover this number tonight. I'm going to lay the points with the Dream here in our first game of the night. We keep it rolling. Next game up, we head over to LA, where the Sparks are 5.5-point home favorites over the Chicago Sky. Total 162.5. The Sky 0-2 to start the season. The Sparks 1-3. I said a lot this season. I think the Sparks, at least early season, are overrated, overvalued. Yes, they added a couple pieces. Yes, they added a couple household names, but we haven't seen that translate into the win column. And a game like this right now, I think they're overrated, overvalued. I've seen nothing here to suggest laying this many points with the Sparks. As far as I'm concerned, I think the Sky have a legitimate chance to come in here and win this game outright. I'm going to take the Sky plus the points in this one. I'm also going to sprinkle outright on the money line. Sky might get their first win of the season tonight. The Sky are not as good as they were last season. They are missing Kennedy Carter. I wish they would just pick up the phone and call her, and they need her, and they need her offensive output. They need her spark. They need her energy. At least that's been the case for their first couple games of the season. But tonight, again, I just feel like the Sparks are overrated, overvalued. Nothing here tells me the Sparks should be double possession favorites in this game. And if the Sky come in here, play well, especially in the paint like we know them can, if Angel Reese has a good game, I know she hasn't really played well her first 2 games of the season, but if she has a good game tonight, the Sky have a legitimate chance to win this game outright, and it's too good of a plus money price to at least not think about betting. You feel me? Sky plus the points, Sky money line for me here in this one. Keep it rolling, man. We got the Washington Mystics out on the road facing the Phoenix Mercury. Mercury are 4.5-point home favorites, total 159.5. To me, this is the toughest game on the entire card. I'm not really sure who both of these two teams are right now, currently, this early in the season. We saw the Mystics come out and win 2 games to start the season. They beat the Dream at home, and then they beat the Sun. But then the next 2, they came out and lost to the expansion team on the road, the Valkyries. But then the next game after that, they competed with the Aces. Who are the Mystics is the multi-million-dollar question. I'm not sure quite yet. On the other side, the Mercury, this team started their season out with 2 wins, beat the Storm, beat the Sparks, then went on the road, lost to the Storm. Nothing to hang their hat on there. In this game, I am going to lean towards the Mercury. I don't love it, but I do believe they are the better team. I'm not sure who the Mystics are quite yet. We saw the Mercury play well in their 2 home games this season. Wins over the Sparks, wins over the Storm. They should win this game tonight as well. Mercury for me here. Mercury laying the 4.5. I need to see more from the Mystics before I want to jump or lean in their direction. You feel me? I like what I've seen from Phoenix, especially at home to start the season. I think they stack another home win. Mercury laying the points here in that one. And last and final game of the night, man, we got the Las Vegas Aces out on the road facing the Seattle Storm. Storm 5.5-point home dogs in this one, total 159.5. I'm going to take the Storm plus the points, and I'm also going to sprinkle outright on the money line. If you're an OG here on this show, you know I love betting the Storm at home at the crib. They're my Denver Nuggets of the WNBA. They're just a different team, monster, and animal at home. They go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. Seattle is a basketball town. They miss their Supersonics drastically, and because of that, they show up in droves for the Seattle Storm. I believe the Aces are a little overrated, a little overvalued in this one. I don't trust them as double possession favorites on the road. I think Seattle has a very legitimate chance to win this game outright. And at plus 190, I definitely want to be there. And I also want the points in my back pocket. So I just think the Aces, because of who they are, because they're the most well-known WNBA team, a lot of times they're overrated. A lot of times they're overvalued. I really, really, really like the spot for Seattle at home, at the crib tonight here in our last and final game of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. Of course, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Money Making Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. I just broke down all 4 WNBA games on the card. Of course, I covered the NBA Eastern Conference Finals Game 3 as well on the NBA Jam session. I'll put a link for it right here. Check that out. No WNBA tomorrow, so there'll be no layup session tomorrow, but we will be back on Tuesday. There's 5 games in the WNBA on Tuesday. Ruffolo should be back with me on that day, so be on the lookout for that. Appreciate y'all, man, more than y'all know. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Do all that shit for me, man. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.